Congressman, how did you find the conditions in Vietnam during your tour?
Well, I felt very much encouraged in several respects. We've got a long way to go. The problem over there divides itself into about 4 different aspects. You've got a military problem, you've got a political problem, an economic and a social problem. It seemed to be that we were moving well on all 4 fronts.
It was reported a helicopter in which you were flying was fired upon by Viet Cong troops. Would you tell us the story?
Well, this did occur. You've got to understand how the war is, or the manner in which it undertakes itself in Vietnam. It's a little bit like the old French and Indian War. I mean, you have outpost to outpost. So therefore, it was necessary for us to use helicopters to get in and to get out, because we only controlled the limited area around, let's say, the stockade or the outpost. And we were flying from the Pleiku area of Vietnam to the Mekong Delta area in a convoy of 3 helicopters with 2 helicopter gunships. And we were fired upon by Viet Cong guerrillas. The estimate was a number of from 6 to 10. It was not an organized military group that fired on the helicopter, but it was the guerrilla type that we hear so much about as existing in Vietnam.
Prior to your tour, you were critical of the role our allies are playing in this war. Do you still hold the opinion?
Well, I think freedom is a wonderful thing, and I think when you're fighting for freedom, equally so. I think you have a great purpose. It just seems to me that there are a lot of other nations in the world that have as much of an investment in freedom as our young people. And it would seem to me that if we're going to make this a successful undertaking, that it might be well for our allies to begin to contribute a little bit of the manpower, a little bit of the finances, a little bit of the military hardware, in order to make this a concerted action by the free nations of the world to stop the march of communism in Asia.
Do you now fully support administration policy in Vietnam?
Well, when you say do I now support, I've always supported the question of the problems in Vietnam and the administration's position. The only thing I've been critical of is it takes about 3 different avenues. One, again, I reemphasize that I felt that it was as much the cause of any other free nation to help in this battle to preserve freedom. 2, I felt that our allies were contributing materially to the North Vietnamese effort by reason of shipments of material. Whether it's strategic or non-strategic, material becomes important. And then I don't think the administration had made up its mind. I think it was an on-again, off-again situation. And I have only been critical of it to the extent that I felt that if we had a purpose and we were committed and the decision had been made, we had to use our best effort possible. And I think we're doing that now.